to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is my little corner of YouTube where I like to share my crafty life. I used to talk about myself as a seasonal crafter in different crafts, but with knitting it's all the way, all through the year, always. So that's my main focus here on this channel, but I also do quite a lot of sewing, I do a bit of weaving, and yeah, if I can add a bit of history or history bounding and yeah, a bit of folklore to it, I am super happy. Today is Sunday, August 9th, and it's about 3 months since I did my last podcast. I didn't have time to do any recording before we went on holiday, and then it's been summer and it's been, yeah, first of all we were away for 4 weeks. We were traveling down through Europe, down to Croatia and back, and since we got home it's been super hot and very warm here in Sweden, so I haven't quite felt like spending time podcasting or actually even knitting. So I'll talk about my lack of knitting mojo in a bit, but yeah, it's been a weird summer weather-wise here in Sweden, and so yeah. And if you don't find me here on YouTube, you can find me on Instagram as wallgren.makes and on Ravelry as MrsWallgren. And yeah, let's address 2 things before I start. I have new glasses. I have worn glasses before, but only temporarily and to relax my eyes when I'm very focused, but now it seems like I need to wear them mostly all of the time. So yeah, I have these ones and another pair, and yes, I have hurt my finger. I did a stupid thing in work this week, so I cut the half of the tip of my finger off when I was cutting out fabric with a sharp knife, and since it wasn't anything left, it's just a flesh wound, they couldn't stitch it, so I am now bandaged, and I was at the doctor's yesterday. I'm going back next week, so they will check up on it so it doesn't get infected and everything. So I'm in a bit of pain, I won't complain, but yeah, it has limited my knitting for the last couple of days. Another thing that's new is that I'm trying something else today. I am standing up to podcast. I watch a lot of podcasts, and one of my absolute favorite is Lorna of Thread and Yarn. She's a lovely maker and creator, and when she does her podcast episodes where she talks, she stands up, and I find that very relaxing and nice to watch, and it's easier to show stuff. So today I'm all alone at home in my house. That rarely happens, so I thought I could give it a try. So right now we are in our kitchen, so yeah, let's give it a try to stand up today. I have a lot to talk about. I was debating on doing 2 separate episodes, but you know what, let's just do it. And I have quite a lot of finished objects, and honestly most of them were finished before I went on holiday, because since then I haven't been knitting that much, and I only have 2 ongoing knitting projects. So yeah, let's just dive in, shall we? In the beginning of the episode I put a little clip in from a bit of weaving that I've done since I got home from vacation, because even if my knitting mojo has been low, my weaving mojo has not. So I've done quite a lot of weaving. I have one weaving project drying right now, a striped one. So if you follow along on Instagram, you have seen that. I won't show that today because it's drying. I wanna iron it, and it's actually for a sewing project, so that's been woven to be used as a fabric. I have warped my loom with a new warp with some cotton wool yarn, very thin. So that's what I'm trying to experiment with right now, to make fabric to use as for sewing projects. So that's also something I won't talk about today, but the project you saw in the beginning of the video is a little gift I made when we got home. It's a wee baby blanket and I have done some embroidery on it, but I think I will show that maybe on Instagram when I know that the recipient have opened it and seen it. And yeah, with that I made a few of these bears a long time ago, but it's from my, is it my kiddos patterns? Yeah, if you check my Instagram you know, but it's a sewn bear in linen fabric and then I knitted a little dress for it. So it's been a little bit of gift making since we got home. I don't have it here because I have sent that off, so yeah, that's about it. Let's talk about what I'm wearing maybe, because it's a finished object. I am wearing the Sabai top. It's a pattern by Susan Mueller or Paula Strick on Instagram, and this is my second one. I made this one when we were away on holiday, so this is pretty much the only knitting I've done for the 4 weeks as we have been away. But it's a Sabai top and it's super simple. It's just like you increase for the shoulder and then you knit front and back, join and knit down. Super simple, but I must say I really enjoy wearing this one and the other one I've made because it is that simple. I just wear it today with a black linen skirt and I've worn it with high-waisted bob pants, and yeah, I just really like it. This one I've made in Svarta Forest Cecilia. It's pretty much the same type of yarn as Sannes line, and this is just in the pure like natural white color, so not the bleached one. Don't know what it's named, but yeah, it's the natural unbleached white color. And yeah, this is my first finished object and yeah, I really like it. I can highly recommend the pattern. It was exactly what my mind had a place for in the heat this summer, so yeah, I really like it. Maybe not the most fun knit to knit if you want something that is like exciting and yeah, like something happening, but the fit of it, the feel of it, and for the purpose, I just absolutely love it. So I will highly recommend the Sabai top by Susan Mueller. And I have made another one. Let me get it. And it's this one. This was the first one I made actually. So this one is in black and this one is knitted in double strands of Knitting for Olive pure silk, and this is very well worn. Yeah, it's almost like maybe it needs a wash now. I have just hung it like outside to air it, but maybe it needs a wash. But I have used this one a lot. I have actually used this white one a lot too, so yeah, really like it. The pure silk is amazing to wear. It's not amazing to knit with, I think it's quite stiff and, well, yeah, not that enjoyable to knit with, but yeah, the finished object, the fabric, I love it. So these two is my summer knits for this year. I have seen so many of you knitting the most beautiful summer wardrobes, and I really had my wish to go into this summer as a summer knitter, and yeah, it's not my thing. I enjoy the finished product, but oh my god, I am such a wool lover and wool knitter, and yeah, it's just not quite my thing. But I am super happy with the 2 new pieces for my wardrobe, and they have been a great addition to my high-waisted skirts and pants this summer actually. So I'm really happy I did them, and I can actually see myself knitting this top in other colors too, because I really like it as a staple, and I can see myself wearing this with a cardigan on top for winter too. So yeah, a good base layer actually. So yeah, I've said it before, but I highly recommend them. It's a good fit, and yeah, 4mm needles, it's a quick knit, so yeah. That's 2 of my finished objects. I have 2 more, and those 2 are a little bit more special to me, and was also finished way before, no, not way, but a few weeks before we went on holiday. I finished my first like bigger Starmore projects for the year, and just a week before we left I finished the other one. So this one I really want to talk a bit more about, so yeah, I will just get it. Yeah, so the first bigger project that I have finished for my year of knitting Starmore's pattern is my, yeah, I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's the solari, I have no idea, this is a Gaelic word, and I think it means, it's the solari, I think is the same word as the soul and goose, but in Gaelic, I think. Don't get angry with me, but I think it's that word. And it's the Solari Spencer, and I have made the long sleeved one. And first I want to talk a little bit about what I've made and how I've been, and then I will pop in some pictures of me wearing it. So yeah, this is the Solari Spencer, and I have made the long sleeved. You can buy this as a pattern card kit on Starmore's website. So when you do that, you get the yarn, and then you get this little pamphlet or yeah, card where you have like the pattern and everything inside of this. So this is what you get, and you get the yarn. So for me, this is the perfect knitting pattern, and I know we are all so different when it comes to this, but you get everything you need in this pattern, but you don't get more than that, if I can say it like that. You get every little detail is so well instructed, and you get that information in this book, but you don't get more than that. So today you can buy a knitting pattern for a sweater that is over 20 pages, and I am so impressed and humbled and glad that independent knitwear designers do that today, because it makes this community so much more welcoming to new knitters, and you get everything you need. For me, it can be a little bit overwhelming when a pattern is too long and it's just too much information before you even cast on. That's only a me thing, and believe me when I say that I am so grateful for every pattern designers making the time to make their clothes and everything as size inclusive, as inclusive when it comes to help with knitting as it does. But for me, this is super calming for my brain to knit from a pattern like this. So yeah, you get this pamphlet and you get the yarn. I chose the color that is called Driftwood, and it's this lilac-y, old pink, dusty color, and I normally say I'm not that much of a purple person, and this drives way to the purple side, but if you watch the specs and the life in this yarn, it's yellow and beige and pink and brown, and yeah, it's just amazing. And you start by knitting these wings or peplums at the bottom, and then you put them aside and you do the cast on for the bottom with these picot edges, and then you rejoin everything and knit the body up. And this is actually a cardigan, but you are buttoning it in the back, And I have chose small coconut buttons, and then you knit the sleeves separately and you sew them in as a set-in sleeve. And I know this is maybe not everyone's favorite way of knitting a sweater, and believe me, it's not mine either. I would love for it to be like seamless and straightforward, but one, I don't mind the seaming. I actually think the finishing of a garment is nice. And two, this one and my star cardi that I made earlier this year are both set-in sleeves with like a sleeve cap and yeah, all the things that we maybe normally doesn't do as much anymore in knitting patterns, but they are by far my best fitted garments that I have ever made in all the years I have knitted garments. I must say that this is probably my best fitted garment ever. Everything just feels right with this, where the shoulder is, how the shape of the armhole, the shaping of the body, the set-in sleeve where it hits me on the hips, everything is really, really good, and I have followed the pattern exactly. The only thing I have modified with this pattern is that I have knitted my sleeves in the round until I got up to the armhole. Then I knitted back and forth when I was decreasing for the like sleeve cap. Otherwise it's like exactly to pattern, and yeah, that rarely happens that I can follow a pattern so well and it fits my body exactly as I want it. The yarn is super soft according to me, but I also can wear like let lopey with just a bra underneath and don't think it's itchy. So, but this is super soft. It's like Shetland yarn soft. And yeah, I will pop in some pictures of me wearing it, so yeah, you can just see it on. And I must say, this has been a pure joy, and I'm really happy about it. Yeah. It's still super warm here in Sweden. It's like 25 degrees today, so the kids and Daniel are out bathing right now. So yeah, it's weird. But it wasn't that I was supposed to talk about. What I was supposed to talk about is the other finished objects that I made before we went on holiday. And it's my Norway sweater. And if you've seen this podcast before, you know what I'm talking about. But it's an old Alice Dahmas pattern. It's from this book. It's called Fisherman's Sweater, or this one is in Swedish, so it's called Fiskartröjor. This book was released in Swedish in 1995, but the original book was from 1993. So it's quite an old book, and it has amazing oversized retro patterns in it. And I chose to make this colorwork sweater, I chose to make this sweater. So as you see, it's super oversized, it's all over colorwork, and yeah, this was the one I chose to start with. And here is my finished Norway sweater. If I could just say my favorite thing about this sweater is that I would knit this sweater only to make the sleeve gusset under the arm. These are small things that makes me incredibly happy when it comes to knitting. It's all in the small details, and with this one, it's the gusset under the arm that is shaped like a star. But yeah, it's just a small thing, but it makes me super happy. This one is finished, but I haven't woven in the ends yet, and it could use a good bath. I have only steam blocked this one actually. I haven't felt like this is something I will wear right now because it's super duper warm. But yeah, I will do that soon because soon it's autumn, and this one, if you look at this, you can see that this might not be my like everyday style of garment, but together with a pair of hiking pants and a beanie, this will be the perfect companion on hikes this autumn when the weather cools off a bit. But yeah, back to the sweater. I am so not keeping on track right now. So this is my Norway sweater. And if you saw the picture before, or as I've shown before, I have made a few modifications to this pattern. One of them is that in the cuffs, both on the bottom, on the sleeves, and I also think around the neck, there is a colorwork pattern in between the rib with little stars that you first knit only in black and white, and then you do some embroidery on them so they will turn red. I skipped that. I just felt like this sweater was a bit much anyway. And even though this feels quite long, I have actually shortened the body by 16 patterns. 16 rows of the patterns. I have shortened it before I started the sleeve gusset here. So it's a bit shorter in the body, maybe about this much, but this one is quite long anyway on me. So when I felt like, yeah, now is probably a time to start the sleeve gusset, I did. I have knitted this one in Järbo Svensk Ull 2-ply in the like really dark grey black anthracite color and the natural white one. And the red one was actually leftovers of Rauma Finull that I had at home. So it's this very red and beautiful color. So yeah, this is, as I said, super duper warm. It's very big and oversized, and it will be my perfect hiking companion this autumn. And as my husband happily announced, it fits him really well too. So this will be a shared item with Daniel actually, because yeah, he thought it fitted him amazingly. So yeah, I don't mind it. I have so much sweaters, so I'm just happy they will get some use. But yeah, my Norway sweater is finished. I finished it before we went on holiday, and now I will just pop in some pictures of me wearing it, because I think I filmed some when I took the pictures for Instagram. So yeah, I will just add that now, and then we can talk about my ongoing project and let go. So yeah, I have 2 ongoing knitting projects. I started to knit a Rota cardigan that I was supposed to do with short sleeves in a yarn that I bought this summer when we were away, but yeah, the yarn didn't feel good. It just didn't feel right, so I ripped it off. I have started so many other things that just haven't sparked that joy in me, and I know this can be weird to talk about on a podcast like this, but I really dislike myself and the way I feel when I have no knitting mojo, because I get sad actually. I get sad and I spend too much time on my phone, and then I feel guilty about that, and feels like I'm just scrolling Ravelry and Instagram to get that spark for something that will be fun. And it's not like I don't have stuff I want to make, because I have a lot of stuff that I want to make. But yeah, right now the spark isn't truly there, and I can't put my finger on it. why that is. It rarely happens to me, but when it does, it's not fun. And I think that if anyone could understand the feeling when that joy doesn't exist in knitting, it's you guys. So yeah. But I have 2 ongoing projects, and one of them you have seen before, so I think I will start by showing that. And it's another Starmore pattern, and I haven't knitted on this a lot, but since I didn't have anything else fun on the needles, I took my Jane Seymour sweater up, and last time I showed you I have just finished the decreases for the armhole, so I have probably knitted about this much on the body, so a couple of centimeters. And yeah, this is super slow, it's super slow. One row takes me super long to knit. I knit this on 2.75 millimeter needles, and this is also in Starmore's yarn. This is in the Solan Goose is the white one, and the gray one is the Pebble Beach. And when this is finished, I have the sleeves to go. I have some embroidery to do on it, and yeah, so this will take a long time, and I don't mind it right now. I can't knit on it because it's too much like pinching all the cabling and everything. But yeah, this was supposed to be a slow, enjoyable project, and it still is when I do knit on it. And yeah, this is my marker for where I split for the armhole. So from this I will now knit up to about, I think it's 13 centimeters before I start decreasing for the neckline. So I'm getting there. So yeah, that's my first ongoing project. So it has actually happened a little bit on my Jane Seymour. My second and only more ongoing project was when I was away on holiday. I have been looking for this book. This is an old book. This doesn't come to print anymore, and this one and some of the other ones I have shown you in this show in the spring. I have tried to find the dream books for my collection that doesn't exist anymore on Bokbussen or on Tradera, which is the marketplace for when you sell vintage stuff and everything. And this one popped up, and I was just excited, and I bought it, and my mom actually had to pick it up because I was still in Croatia when it arrived. So this one is called Svenska tröjor, and if you know me, you know that I love a bit of history bounding, or a bit of history overall, and especially textile history or knitted history. So in this book you get a lot of patterns. It's not patterns, you don't get the patterns for the sweater, but you get the charts and the explanation of how the sweater is constructed. So you get this much information about this sweater, where you can find it on Digital Museum, and then you get like a chart, but you don't get the whole pattern. So you still have to count and do all the math to make a sweater for yourself. So it's all from spedertröjor from Skåne, it's the fisherman's sweaters from Halland, and you have these beautiful knitted sleeves from Dalarna, and sleeves that are used to make these stickärmeliv, or jackets for when you wear a fall costume. And so I got this book, and I was really excited, and I started to draw the patterns on Stitch Fiddle to make a cardigan inspired by a cardigan that Nygårds Anna have made a long time ago in white and brown, and was just something in that sweater that I absolutely loved, and I tried to recreate it, and something about the colors didn't fit me. So I still have the short left, and I will make us try again to make this type of sweater as a cardigan with this like really beautiful shirt that comes with it. And yeah, I would really love to, but it was something in the colors that just didn't work for me. So I did put that down, and I will take it up again, maybe with a slight less contrast in the colors, as yeah, in this one it's red and black, and I thought, yeah, you need something to pop, but I used a very light gray with a quite dark brown, and yeah, it just was something that didn't like click, and yeah, it just has to feel right with the colors. So yeah, maybe when I find a less contrast but as high contrast as I feel the pattern needs. Now I'm rambling, but yeah, it's what's going on in my head when I see something and just isn't quite right. So I left that aside and started watching these beautiful sleeves, especially this one, and thought that I might do a cardigan or maybe a new stickarmaliv or something with this type of sleeves. So I took the short and I went to Stitch Fiddle and I made the short for a sleeve for myself. So I have casted that on, and this is really fun, but it's slow because, yeah, as I said, my mojo isn't quite there. And for this one I am using this one. This is a olivey greeny yellow. Yeah, I say this is yellow, some people say it as green. Yeah, it's this one, and this is MrsWallgren. I have 3 skeins of this, and then I had 1 skein left of the black wallgren. This is the same contrast color as I had in my star cardi with the gray. And so I combine these 2 colors and have started the sleeve. And I have modified it quite a bit. It's a lot tighter gauge from the book, and in the book there was a checkered pattern on the bottom. I skipped that and remade it, but the stars and this little border is taken from the book. So this is highly inspired, and the chart is from this old book, and I am just knitting away on my sleeve. So this is where I'm at, and yeah, I will knit a couple of more centimeters before I start shaping the sleeve cap. And yeah, I'm really happy about it. I love the fit. I have started this over a couple of times because I felt like it was too big. I really want a kind of a close fit. But yeah, this is working along quite nicely. And I haven't decided. I will knit the both of the sleeves first to see how much yarn I have left of this color before I decide if I can make the body unicolored, like no pattern nor anything, just inspired by a stickarmaliv in this. Then I probably will do that, so I can use the yarn and I can get a cardigan all knitted but inspired by the stickarmaliv. And if I feel like I haven't enough of this yarn left when the sleeves are done, I will use the leftovers from this color to make like a scarf or something, and then I will sew a bodice for the sleeves in some sort of wool fabric to make myself a new stickarmaliv. And yeah, I am thinking about maybe something with a peplum or something. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I have to finish the sleeves first so I can decide if I have enough yarn for the body before I decide if it's gonna be a sewn body or a knitted one. So yeah, that's my only 2 ongoing project, and actually both this one and the other one I can't knit with right now because this finger hurts too much and I can't have anything pressuring against it. So I'm debating on casting something super simple, maybe on some bigger needles on, maybe a vest or something, just something simple to knit on. To have something to knit on the couch. I can weave, but right now the new season of Wednesday was released, so the kids and me and Daniel are watching that in the evenings. So yeah, it would be fun to have something to create or make in the evenings with the kids. So yeah, let's see. I have no idea what I will cast on, and as soon as this finger will be better, I will continue on my sleeves, because I would really much like to have those sleeves and some sort of jacket ready for when I'm going to Dalarna in September. And oh my god, I have such a panic about the clothing for Dalarna. I think like 100% of the people going will wear a folk costume, and I don't own one. My grandmother did make a blekingedräkt in the 60s, and my mother or her sibling or like her brother's wife wasn't interested in keeping it, so she gifted that away many years ago to her goddaughter, and she lives down in Skåne and it's way up in the family, so we have like I don't know the person who got it, so I think it will be hard to wear my grandmother's costume. Yeah, so I don't know what to wear when I'm in Dalarna. At first I thought about knitting 2 sleeves and making like a big wrap dress and a skirt pocket, and yeah, I just think that might be too warm, so I don't know. Yeah, let's see. Shall we? I have a little bit of a clothing panic about what to wear in Dalarna actually. But talking about clothes and everything, even though my knitting mojo has been low, like really low the last couple of weeks, I have been weaving a lot, and I have really felt the spark to sew, or spark. I have felt like sewing a bit this spring and summer, and as I mentioned before, I'm a very seasonal crafter. Crafts for me go up and down all year around. Knitting has always been like the red thread through the year, and then for spring, early spring and summer, I sew. In the beginning of summer and all autumn, I weave. In the winter, I mostly knit, and I can feel like spinning a bit because it's just this woolly connection to the wool and yeah, everything. So I'm very seasonal with all crafts except knitting. But I have been sewing a little bit. And one thing that I have still at work, because it's not quite finished, is that I have cut out and sewn almost a complete rödläckardress. It's a pattern by my dear friend Anna and her friend Susanne at Gro Design. And I have made that dress in, let's see, in this pattern. I only had 2.5 meters of this cotton linen fabric. That is this striped one. So down at work I have the zipper in the back and the hemming of the skirts left on that one. So I can't show it to you, but that is an ongoing project, but it's done. I don't know what happened, but I think the camera cut off in the middle of that. But yeah, as I was saying, my rödläckardress is almost ready and it's done at work. But since I only had 2.5 meters, I didn't have enough fabric to make the big pocket pieces for the dress. I didn't get all 4 of them out, so instead of doing the pockets, I skipped that for the dress and I saved the pieces that I had left to make a tie-on pockets instead. And I know that Anna and Susanne has a pattern for a wrap skirt in their collection, and with that you can add on a tie-on pocket, and it's beautiful and I absolutely love it. But then I saw Lona of Thread and Yarn releasing, I bought this on her Patreon site, but I think it's available on Etsy now, if I don't mistake. But this is a pattern she made for a patchwork tie-on pocket. So this is my first one, and it will definitely be more of this one. Maybe a plain one, maybe a little bit more of a colorful one, but this one will fit so well into my wardrobe and with everything I wear, and with the new dress, with the black dresses, with a white shirt. Yeah, it will just fit everything. So I'm really, really happy about it. So this is all leftover fabrics, and yeah, this like dark black denim one is from a pair of bob pants I made. This one is from my soon to be finished Röhrlöcka dress. This black one is black linen, and this is white linen, from different things I have made through the years. And this was just like super little you needed to make this patchwork star, and I would love to make more of this, like as I said, in more of a colorful palette. And the inside I made in this dark gray denim fabric, and it's just a long tie-on, and yeah, I really, really like it. And I think this will be a perfect addition for my Röhrlöcka dress to tie in the waist to wear, as I don't have pockets for that dress now. This will be a great addition. So this is a new pattern by Lorna from Thread and Yarn, and I absolutely love it. I can highly recommend. It was super fun. I am not much of a patchworky person, but this was very fun. It was very clear on instructions on how to make the star and everything. So yeah, highly recommend Lorna. Always recommend Lorna, but it's great. It's a great pattern. So I have made that one, and I have my Röhrlöcka dress ongoing, and I have another ongoing sewing project. And this is not like me, because when I sew I usually just finish as much as I can, and yeah, I haven't done that now. So, but this is also a bit of a history bounding, me trying to get a little bit of history into my everyday wardrobe. So this is my oppløp, eller I don't know how to say it, but this is a pattern of an old shirt that you wear together with your fall costumes or with high-waisted skirts and everything way back in time. So this is a pattern by Lena Odell, and I have changed it up a little bit. I think I will hang it here so I can show you. But this is a pattern in white linen fabric, and the pattern is written with very good instruction on how to make this by hand. I haven't made this by hand, but I have actually made all of the straight seams, like sewing the pieces together on my threadle machine. And then I have filled all the seams, like for the color and for the cups and everything, by hand. But other than that, I have zigzagged all the edges, and as I said, I have sewn together this piece on my threadle machine, so not by hand. But this isn't supposed to be like history like correct on how they did it. It's supposed to be inspired, and I want to wear it as an everyday garment. So this one has some gussets under the sleeves, and I think that's super fun because I haven't knitted or sewn any gussets under the sleeve before, and this year I have both knitted them and sewn them now. This is longer than the pattern used to be. I think this is supposed to be like under a livkjol or under like a vest or something, so they didn't have to have it as long. You just needed to be able to tuck it down super high in the waist. But I want to wear this over like my black linen dresses, like just hanging, or with high-waisted skirts. So I have made this, it's still quite short, so it's not a long like tuck in to like normal pants or anything, but it's shorter than but it's longer than the pattern used to be. And then you have this beautiful little ruffle collar, and the only thing I have left on this now is that I need to make 2 buttonholes here and sew the buttons for the cuffs. That is super large and balloony, and yeah, I think this would be a perfect addition to my wardrobe this autumn, to wear, like I said, with high-waisted pants or over or under my black linen dresses, or even under my new rödleka dress that is sleeveless. That would be super cute with this huge balloony white sleeves and this color over the bodice of my rödleka dress. So yeah, it's just a tiny bit left on that one and then it's finished, but that is also something that I can't do that fiddly stuff right now when my finger isn't at its best. So yeah, it's not historically correctly made, but it's historically inspired. That makes me super happy. So yeah, that was everything I had for today. I am sorry if I have talked a lot and quick, and I didn't have a script or anything for this today because I didn't think I would have time to do this, but since Daniel and the kids went out swimming and I just didn't feel like that today, I happened to have a day at home, and that almost never, I don't think I have had a day alone in this house all summer. There is always someone home, or we do a lot of things always together, so this is a little bit weird. It's just me and the dog here today. So yeah, now I will sit down and edit this, and now we are back on track, back to work, back to school next week. So I really hope and have the goal to make this more regularly as I make work and everything else regularly again. So I hope to see you here in a couple of weeks. And before that, I really would love to have some knitting mojo going. And if not, that's okay. I have other stuff to do, but yeah, you don't really feel like yourself when you haven't that spark in knitting. So let's just dig it out, please. But yeah, until then, I hope you have a lovely time. I hope you take care and be nice to each other.